And then you probably shouldn't work very hard today at all. So one thing you might say is that the degree to which you should work hard is dependent on your assumptions about the stability of the future. The degree to which you should work hard is dependent on your assumptions about the stability of the future. We actually know this to be true because if you put people in wildly uncertain circumstances, they discount the future, which is exactly what you should do, right? If you put people in wildly uncertain circumstances, they discount the future, which is exactly what you should do, right? It only makes sense to store up goods for future consumption if the future is likely to be very similar to the past and the present. You need a stable society for that. And conscientiousness only works in a stable society. Because all you do otherwise, if you're piling up goods, which is kind of what conscientious people do, is leaving them there for the criminals to take, or waiting for the next chaotic upheaval to wipe out everything that you've stored.
Are the fires like officially
or waiting for the next chaotic upheaval to wipe out everything that you've stored? And so even conscientiousness is a kind of guess. Hardworking people say, well, you know, sacrifice the present for the future. That's great, as long as the future is going to be there and you can predict it. But if it's not going to be there and it's unpredictable, then the right response is take what you can take right now while the getting's good. And conscientiousness is a kind of guess. And conscientiousness is a kind of guess. And conscientiousness is a kind of guess. Hardworking people say, well, you know, sacrifice the present for the future. That's great, as long as the future is going to be there and you can predict it. But if it's not going to be there and it's unpredictable, then the right response is take what you can take right now while the getting's good. Not going to be there and it's unpredictable, then the right response is take predictable. Then the right response is take what you can take right now while the getting's good. What you can take right now while the getting's good. Now, you know, obviously there are troubles with that too, and I'm speaking. Obviously there are troubles with that. Obviously there are troubles with that too. Obviously there are. Obviously there. Obviously there. Obviously there are. Obviously there are. Obviously there are troubles with that too, and I'm speaking. I'm offering rough rules of thumb, but I'm trying to provide you with some indication of how and why these difference in value structures exist, because they're applicable in different environments. You know, sometimes in a dangerous social environment, it's not obvious that being an extroverted person is a good idea. Because extroverted people, they stand out, especially if they're extroverted and creative, right? Because not only are they noisy and dominant and assertive, they're also colorful and flamboyant and provocative. Well, that's great if you're in a society that rewards that sort of thing, but if you have...
And Big Mouth's not any better. There's like a bunch of penises on the screen and like little vaginas.
Absolutely no threat whatsoever to his stability ever. You know, if you're ruled by an authoritarian, you know, if you're ruled by an authoritarian king who wants absolutely no threat, what, you know, if you're ruled by, you know, if you're ruled by an authoritarian, you know, if you're ruled by an authoritarian, you know, if you're ruled by an authoritarian king who wants absolutely no threat whatsoever to his stability ever. You know, if you're ruled by an authoritarian king who wants absolutely no threat whatsoever to his stability ever, then dressing in gray and shutting the hell up is a really good survival. Dressing in gray and shutting the hell up. Dressing in gray and shutting the hell up. Dressing in gray and shutting the hell up is a really good survival.
This is really important plot points, I swear.
So the utility of the trait depends on the structure of the environment that surrounds it. And that's what the utility of the trait depends on the structure of the environment that surrounds it. And that's why there's variability in traits. And so you have to be careful when you're thinking about it from a strict scientific perspective to make the assumption that positioning at any place on the normal distribution is preferable to positioning anywhere else.